What's up, guys? Welcome to the Steak and Antler Show with your host, me. I'm Sam. It's winter here in College Station, and even though it's like supposed to be cold, we're still about 70 to 80 degrees. So I got obviously the flannel made of boyfriend material. And so today I'm going to be cooking one of my absolute favorite cold weather meals. We're going to be cooking some venison chili. This venison was harvested from last year's deer season. It's about 12 months old. The deer was 4 to 5 years old. And so we're going to be mixing it with a couple of spices and then putting it over a really nice bit of rice. So get ready, sit back, and get ready for a kick in the pants for your taste bud. Step one, you're going to want to wash your hands. No one wants anything disgusting like on your food. So wash your hands. I've already washed my hands, so we're going to just hop into it. So the first step, especially being in this house, we love garlic here. So you're going to cut up 1, maybe 2 cloves of garlic, depending on what you want to do. So you can cut them however you want. You can cut them thin. I just cut them into a couple pieces first, and then I'll kind of dice them once I get close to the end. Also, make sure your knife is real sharp. If you have a blunt one, you're more likely to cut yourself, and that would be really awkward for you. And no one wants like an iron flavored venison chili. So next up, we're gonna make the seasoning. The seasoning has paprika, cumin, this thing. It's like 80 cents at Walmart. It's pretty good. Normally for beef, but I use it for chili all the time. And then, so since our backstrap does not have a whole lot of fat on it, it's backstrap deer sausage, we're going to use a little bit of butter just for like the cooking medium for it to be in the pan. And so I'm going to go ahead and get that pan heated up. We're going to heat it up to about medium to medium-high heat. Like I said earlier, we're going to do medium to medium-high heat. We'll probably put it at about a 6. All right, and so we're going to go get that ready and get all of our other ingredients. So next for the rice, we go to Sam's, we buy everything in bulk. So we got this big old container of white rice, it's instant white rice. So it's gonna be about a cup of rice to a little more than a cup of water. We're just gonna get that simmering on the pan and get that ready to go. So we can hopefully have that done by the time our chili is ready to go. I know that's not quite a cup, but like I said, we'll get a little more of a cup here in a minute. All right, and so you're gonna wanna crank it on up, get it boiling pretty quick, and then we'll get the rice going. So what we're gonna do next, we're just gonna put the butter in the pan, and we're gonna toast the garlic a little bit before we get the venison rolling. So we're gonna cut off about a tablespoon of butter. I like to use the sweetened, salted butter that you can get from Sam's. And so we're just gonna drop it right into the pan and get it melting. Remember, our pan is on medium-high heat. And so we can get that butter just kind of melting down real good. It'll help bring in a lot of extra flavor to the chili here in just a second. Okay, so now we're gonna go add the garlic. The butter has melted, and so we're gonna scrape it into the pan. And just kind of let that garlic get really nice and toasty before we put in the venison and the seasoning. All right, so the water's boiling. We're gonna go ahead and go put the rice in. And so a trick, you're gonna wanna put the rice in and then crank the heat all the way back down to almost nothing, just a little bit, just to let the rice simmer. So we're gonna put the rice in, then we're gonna crank the temperature on down, put the lid on to let it simmer. And now, what do you know? The garlic is all toasted, ready to go. And so we're gonna add the venison and we're gonna add the seasoning. So let me get this out of the bag. And this is about a pound, maybe a little more, probably about 18 ounces of venison sausage. So we're just gonna let that start cooking. You're gonna wanna brown it completely, like all the way through. You don't wanna mess around with any like exotic meat, like making it medium rare if it's been ground. There's gonna be a couple other videos that I'm gonna show you how to make other venison dishes. And those can be medium rare, stuff like that. But with ground sausage, you don't wanna mess around with any bacteria or anything like that. So we're gonna get that started in the pan. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna add our seasoning, so it's the McCormick's chili mix, a little bit of extra chili powder, fresh ground pepper, and then some liquid smoke as well. So we're just going to sprinkle that in there and get to cooking. You want to make sure to constantly stir your venison chili so that you don't have any like browning, like not any burning spots, and just keep it moving. Personally, there's nothing sexier than just a big old sizzle, you know. It's sexy. Come on. Ooh, girl! Just listen to that sizzle. Just, ugh. I don't know if there's a better sound than that.
A little bit of Texas slime.
Oh, yeah. Gotta let them know what's up. So the rice is starting to fluff up, and I don't really go like I don't go the whole time for the rice. It normally cooks a lot quicker down here in College Station. So it says it's ready in about 10 minutes. We're at about like minute 6 right now. So I'm gonna try it at minute 8, see where we are. It'll probably be ready by then. And the browning is going really, really well for our venison, so we're just gonna be able to throw everything all together. Be able to sit down and eat a really good meal here in about 5, maybe 10 minutes. So our venison chili is done. Looks absolutely incredible. I'm gonna set it to the side here. I'm gonna go test the rice, make sure it's all good to go, and then we're gonna assemble everything, and that's gonna be that. Still a little bit soupy. Oh, hot! Ooh, that rice is good. Ooh, girl! That rice is so good. Ah! This is what happens when the hot girl walks into the room. Yeah. Alright, so the rice is ready. Now, the best part of cooking, the plating. So I'm going to get everything kind of moved out of the way, all the prep materials. Oh, we're going to be eating so good tonight. Alright, so what you're going to want to do, obviously, just take your rice, make a nice little bed of rice. You can put some salt on it if you want, but there's already quite a bunch of seasoning like going on in the venison, so I don't really add anything to my rice. So I'm gonna scrape that onto a plate. It doesn't look like a lot of rice, but it's a lot of rice. It's good. So that's all plated, good, ready to go. Now my favorite part. You just dump the venison all over the plate. Yeah, it might look a little messy, but your mouth is gonna thank you, if you know what I mean. And by that, I mean it's gonna be absolutely freaking delicious! Also, PSA, folks, make sure to turn your stove off, because I forget to do that. Why do we have frozen cheese? Alright, ready to go. To finish off the dish, we're just going to sprinkle some really good, nice, fantastic Walmart mixed cheese right on top. Get a little nice, nice melt going on with our dish. So we're just going to sprinkle some cheese on, like, do that little number. It may not look appetizing to you guys, but I promise you, take one bite of this and you'll be in heaven. Thanks for joining me, and I'm gonna go eat this. Catch you next time.